Alright, this is my video log for 3/28/2024 at 2:53 a.m. There are always complications that are unforeseen. Tonight I was almost asleep, and I got to hear some youngins drive by and hooting and hollering and yelling. Got no muffler on their vehicle. Trying to wake up the whole neighborhood. It's difficult to sleep with that going on. I've been trying to find someone with a vehicle that could help me move my stuff to storage. There was a couple of people that said they would on the 1st, and there's a couple of people that said that they will if they are sober, which hasn't happened yet, so I'm not counting on it. I don't hate any of these people. Some of these people have made decisions that I am not okay with, don't agree with. At the same time, I gotta keep my eyes on the prize, and that's turning in the evidence. I never wanted people to get hurt or killed or anything creepy like that. But you get to see how people just calling me creepy. Well, what's the criteria for that? Is it because I use a specific word? Is it a game? If you get me to say that specific word, does it mean that you win? Yep, at 3 o'clock in the morning. A lot of times, alcoholics, like Shannon Alvarado, for example, they lose their concept of time. That's because alcohol deprives your brain of oxygen. You can't tell someone while they're in that state that they're doing something wrong or that they're not making very good decisions because of the alcohol, because oftentimes they will get hyper defensive. You ever wonder why it is that when somebody calls you names, you're expected to remain calm? But if you call somebody names back, it's fine for them to harm you. You're probably far too honest an individual. I think it sucks. People love that you're honest until you're honest about them. created an ongoing safety issue. Why can't I stay with someone who cares about me? Somebody who wants to know what's going on and wants to see what it is that I'm trying to show them. Instead of coming at me over a rumor they heard from the internet. If it's not someone screaming in the meanest voice possible, it's time to get up. It's them youngins driving by and revving up their vehicle as loud as possible. Or police blowing off the situation.
Yeah.
I tried my headphones. I'll have to wait till the first to buy a new set of headphones. I really don't have the money for them though.
Say, shout in the room. It's not really nothing me. No, in the fucking room. No, no.
It's too much. I'm not allowed a life because of things I didn't even do. I'm not allowed to stop anywhere and start a life. I'm not allowed to go anywhere without things being held over my head that didn't even happen. I can't move anywhere without being assaulted and threatened. I can't go to any service for help without being talked over and dismissed and blown off as if housing is the answer. It isn't. Don't get me wrong, it is help, and it is help that I need, but I need my own housing. Being dependent on having to jump through hoops alone only gets us harmed into homelessness. And then we're all jail fodder for the rest of our lives. A lot of people out here on the streets didn't start off doing anything wrong or illegal, except existing, but existing is enough. What do people who exist do? They sleep. That's right. During the winter time, people who exist cover up or they freeze to death. That's right. That's reality. What do real people do? Real people poop. Real people pee. They have to. It's necessity. How far do they have to travel to do that? How much money do they have to live on? And do they have to purchase something every time they have to go to the bathroom? How far do they have to travel to do that? How much time does that eat up both ways? If they have to walk to a park or to a convenience store to go to the bathroom. Then we've got the issue of you just want to grab us all and shove us on a pod, everybody all together. It's a bad idea. So you've got a lot of people out here, and I do mean a lot of people out here who are homeless because they were victimized into it. You can go ahead and pretend like they chose it. But that's blaming the victims. When you've got a choice between being raped by your dad or running away, which one do you choose? When your family throws you away at 15 and you go into the system and get dropped off at 18 with no protections, no services, nothing. Just you.
Another grave. Oh man, Alexander the Great.
Okay. Suppose while I'm here, I'll tell you about Clearview Behavioral Health, as well as the process of being forced to travel from one place to another because of systemic abuse. And that's because the people in each and every one of these communities don't give a holy goddamn about the homeless. In concept, yes. But only in concept, because in reality they don't want to hear what we're going through. They don't want to hear our issues. or the roadblocks that we face. And many of them try to shame us. They want to tell us about everything in their lives. All that does is eat up time for something that, in the end, many people ended up spending dozens of hours talking with me on the phone. Mostly them talking over everything that I say. Or getting pissed off because they want to give advice. That's what they think the cure is. That I'm too retarded to look anything up. So they're going to look it up for the retard and tell me to go somewhere I've already been. And I try to explain to everyone the problem is I have to go to these places alone. The few times that I have gotten someone to go in with me, it's somebody who's uninformed. Only once did somebody who was informed go in with me to turn the shit in. That was Jared Scudder made an honest effort. All these other people that I gave credit to because they promised they were going to.
Alright. It's all good. It's all good.
When it comes to saving lives and living in a decent community, it comes down to the community to work together to make it that way. In a lot of these situations, what I end up seeing is one person carrying everybody. One person having to be the adult, or one person having to be the breadwinner, the primary caretaker. And we've got all of these services that we're supposed to have access to. And they've got all this money that they keep spending on all these different programs. How much money they spend on programs that don't get us into safe housing. How safe is the housing when, even though we've got 6 neighbors who are schizophrenic, only 2 of them are violent schizophrenics. Of course, you're on the floor with the only 2 violent schizophrenics out of 18 people in the place that are schizophrenic altogether. And that's 18 people out of, 30 maximum capacity in a lot of these places. Because there are a lot of people who are diagnosed as schizophrenic who are out on the streets. There's nowhere to put them. Their parents don't care. They say they're too tough to handle. Well, anybody who's being abused and dismissed is going to be tough to handle. We've been hearing about these rights we're supposed to have, and meanwhile, we're still fighting for them years later. We're told by veterans that we shouldn't be allowed to have the right to vote unless we serve in the military. Meanwhile, there are so few people who are even allowed to serve in the military, and how many of you get that? Of course, in times of war, they don't care. They'll take your flat feet. They'll take a couple of special medical notes. When times are real desperate, well, that's even worse than that. Vietnam War, they even had programs to try to get people with far below average IQs into the military, and to help hide the fact that their IQ was so low. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to find somebody sober with a pickup truck tomorrow that'll be able to give me a ride with my stuff. There are a couple of people that offered to help me carry it in exchange. They want to get paid on the 1st when I get my paycheck, and that's alright. I'd rather pay cash in hand. I don't want to owe anybody. The really sad part is that a lot of the people that harm me and harass me actually believe the crap that they're spouting. They believe the crap that they were told by web sleuths who weren't there for any of it, haven't bothered talking to me. Or if they do, they show that they're up to some sly bullshit. I'm not mentally retarded. I'm aware of my surroundings and I know what the real world is. I know the atrocities real human beings are capable of. I know the kindness that real human beings are capable of. I know sometimes sometimes when you're hungry, people will offer you an apple not realizing it's poisoned. Those poor ladies. So Officer Martinez was here tonight, and I tried to explain the situation, and I told him no means no. He takes everything that I say as an excuse to do jack shit or to make fun of me, bully me, antagonize me. Anything but doing something useful. He and Sergeant Harold I don't get to talk to the lieutenant. They haven't let me yet. Meanwhile, I had to block all restricted numbers from my phone, so a lot of these places that are supposed to call me can't. I got a lot of evidence to go through and turn in and send in. But I need a safe place. And for someone with PTSD, that's a quiet place. Doing your taxes is probably a good idea. Doing your taxes on a playground probably not the best idea.
Wondering why I don't know the answer of my life, and not realizing what my mind. Say goodbye.
Every night.
Never say goodbye. Say goodbye. Wondering why I would know the answer. No more fucking lies. It's my mind. My mind. No way. Up my mind. No way. No way. Up my mind.
Sometimes you're used to eating things that are rotten so much that you don't realize why other people cringe when you hand it to them. A lot of people who are alcoholics or drug addicts, they don't ever want to face the facts that maybe their drug addiction or their alcoholism has anything to do with anything in their lives that's going wrong. The screaming is every night, but there's nothing getting thrown through my windows here while I'm in my vehicle. Well, because I'm not in my vehicle. I've done what I was asked to, get some cameras, make sure that we can record while I'm gone, while he's gone, so that people stop stealing his shit. It's just a pain in the ass to do it. Meanwhile, it feels very immoral to be here. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'd like to get some sleep at some point. I would have liked to get some sleep yesterday. I would have liked to get some sleep yesterday morning, the night before. I would have been happy with not hearing people screaming about cunts all night and not getting any pussy. It'd be nice if people understood my disabilities and how they actually work. And it'd be nice if somebody could watch this video and make a connection to why I am afraid of alcoholics. For many of the people who claim that they would help me, that have a professional role, like Missy Seward, aka Veronica Seward. She worked for Region 3 and then she transferred to Region 2, Nebraska. Now, the one night before Natalie died, she actually took the time to finally call to listen. We didn't get very far because although she doesn't drink every night, she was drinking that night. And none of it stops the abuse. Anyway, I'm trying to make sure that I keep everything recorded, and I'm doing a decent job given the situation and scenario. But people kind of want to forget I exist. Yeah, I kind of wish that my predators would forget I exist. I saw John Stevens tonight. Or yesterday. That was not comfortable. Saw him more than once. He talked to me one of those times, like, why, after you assault me, do you want to pretend like everything's okay, like nothing happened when you've done it more than once? With a lot of the assaults, I don't go come and bringing them to Facebook or YouTube because they just happen too often, and it's somebody I don't know, and they only do it once, and if they do it more than once, then I'll remember them. Sometimes those assaults or threats or harassment get recorded as they're happening. Of course, I might speak up about it at a time or two, but there's, more important stuff going on. I've usually had 8 to 10 people that have assaulted me just once. Only one time in like the last 3 months. Most of those people, I don't know who they are. There's a couple of them, like John Napier, I know who he is. I know who John Stevens is, and although he actually assaulted me twice, it was all within about a 15-minute period. I just wanted to cross the crosswalk. The second time he decided to assault me. And he's like, well, you assaulted me. You don't remember grabbing these nuts? Some crap like that. I was like, this is stupid. It's the most narcissistic, druggy bullshit. And I have to deal with a lot of it. Maybe tomorrow I'll just sit down at the library and write things down. Strange blue jellyfish-like creatures watch up on Oregon beaches 2 days ago. Oh my god. Are those blue dragons? I hope so. Oh, they're not dangerous. Never mind. Alright. Blue Valella. Oh. Alright, well, that caught my eye. Sorry for going OCD. Obviously, with the stresses of where I'm living at, and the fact that I'm getting sent to people who are actual drug addicts and actual schizophrenics for help that, people in that situation aren't going to understand somebody who's not a drug addict and not a schizophrenic. Anyway, I suppose with everything that's going on, I'll have to start recording at night for my safety. while I sleep, so you guys will have recording after recording of me snoring if I'm able or capable, but that depends on the internet access. Oh my god, that fucking hurts. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Hopefully you understand by now why the environment I'm in is not safe. Also, I hope you understand why, even though it's a roof over my head, I hope you understand why I'm not getting any sleep. Without any sleep, how can anyone function? Well, these people have the benefit of drugs or alcohol to keep their senses dull and stupid. I don't have that. I gotta try to produce energy out of nothing. While walking to the store and back twice in one day is excruciating. There are days where I'm asked to go 4 or 5 times for someone else to get them alcohol. That makes it more difficult to make that walk. I have to walk all over town and it's killing me. I hate it. Every step hurts. I can stop for a few minutes and pet someone's dog and make an excuse to play happy for a few minutes. Natalie and Alicia Bollinger and Maddie Boa didn't realize the rumors that they started prevented me from seeing any of my loved ones. It cut me off from all of my loved ones, all of them. It wasn't just Natalie, Alicia, and Maddie. It was everyone. It was my older brother, Eric. I was also cut off from seeing Stephen McMillian, who's dead now, and Christine Buhit, who's dead now. Janine Barrett, who's dead now. Stephen Green, who's dead now. Tim Cossack, who's dead now. The homeless people here have told me about a guy named Craig who was murdered over at, God, what's his name? His last name is Woods. Ryan Woods, that's what it was. Then there's someone named Bobby that everyone's looking for, and I'm trying to remember his last name. I tried looking it up, but I can't remember for the life of me. There's got to be a way to protect people's names and get them to a safe environment so that they're not stuck in a toxic environment with someone who's incapable of understanding due to chemical alteration. Also, you could describe it as a chemically selfish state. When somebody's having problems formulating their own thoughts, they're also going to have problems processing your thoughts, or your voice, of course. And that's, of course, how we express our thoughts, isn't it? The more tired you are, the less likely you are to be able to do that effectively. Same thing with if you're drunk. Same thing if you're stoned. And I'm not trying to pretend that I'm better than everyone and high and mighty because I stay sober. I'm saying I'm staying sober for my personal choice. Because I don't want to get like that. Not unless there's a real problem. Whoa. I just want to get some sleep. It's not a safe place. It's not a safe environment without a friend or family member to protect me from the police. I can't turn crimes into the police, and that's pathetic. Nobody should have to be afraid to go to the police when they're harmed.